Hello, my friend. Sit down, get comfortable. Maybe you are drinking tea. Maybe you are in bed. Maybe you are resting after a long day. Wherever you are, I'm glad you are here. This is a story about a man, but it is also a story about you. It is about starting again, about feeling small, about looking in the mirror and not knowing the person looking back. It is a long story, but it is a simple one. So take a deep breath, let the day go, and listen. Chapter 1. The Man Who Forgot How to Try. There was a man named Leo. Leo was 42 years old. He was not old. He was not young. He was somewhere in the middle, feeling stuck. Every morning, Leo woke up at the same time, 6:45. He pressed the snooze button twice. He got up. He made coffee. He went to work. He came home. He watched television. He slept. Day after day, week after week, year after year. Leo worked in a small office. He checked papers. He answered emails. He did his job well enough that nobody complained, but not so well that anybody noticed. He was invisible, and the worst part was, he had made himself invisible. Leo did not remember when he stopped dreaming. As a boy, he wanted to build things. Big things, bridges, buildings, machines that helped people. He loved to draw. He loved to imagine. But life happened. School was hard. English was hard. He made mistakes. People laughed. Teachers corrected him. Slowly, he stopped raising his hand. He learned to stay quiet. He learned to stay small. Now, at 42, Leo did not hate his life. He just did not love it either. It was like wearing shoes that were a little too tight. You can walk, you can run, but you always feel it. A small pain, always there. One evening, Leo came home from work. He sat on his couch. The room was dark. He did not turn on the lights. He sat in the silence and thought, is this all there is? It was a dangerous question, because once you ask it, you cannot unask it. Chapter 2. The Boy at the Bus Stop. The next morning, Leo woke up early, not because he wanted to, because he could not sleep. He walked to the bus stop earlier than usual. The sun was just rising. The air was cool and clean. At the bus stop, there was a boy. The boy was maybe 10 years old. He sat on the bench with a small notebook on his lap. His lips moved quietly. He was reading something to himself. Leo stood a few feet away. He did not speak. The boy looked up. He smiled. Good morning, sir. Leo nodded. Good morning. The boy went back to his notebook. His finger moved under each word. His lips shaped the sounds carefully, slowly. Leo watched. The boy did not read perfectly. He stopped sometimes. He whispered a word 2 or 3 times. He made mistakes, but he did not stop. He did not close the book. He did not give up. Leo felt something in his chest. A memory. A long time ago, he also sat with a book. He also moved his finger under words. He also whispered to himself, trying to understand. That boy was him, but that boy was also a stranger now. The bus arrived. They got on. The boy sat near the window. Leo sat a few seats away. For the whole ride, the boy read, and Leo watched the morning light touch the boy's face, and he thought, when did I stop trying like that? Chapter 3. A Small Question. That evening, Leo did something he had not done in years. He took out a notebook. It was old. The cover was soft from age. The pages were empty except for the first one. On the first page, written in blue ink, was a drawing. A bridge. A young boy's drawing, full of hope and crooked lines. Leo looked at the drawing for a long time. Then he wrote, very slowly, in simple English, my name is Leo. I am 42 years old. I want to feel alive again. He stopped. The words looked strange, simple, childish, but they were honest. And honesty, he was learning, is the beginning of everything. Chapter 4. Maya. The next day at work, Leo's friend Maya noticed something different. Maya was 58 years old. She had worked in the office for 20 years. She had kind eyes and a quiet voice. She did not talk much, but when she talked, people listened. She sat beside Leo during lunch. "You look tired," she said. Leo nodded. "I am tired, but not from work." Maya waited. She did not push. She just waited. Leo looked at his sandwich. He did not eat. "Maya," he said slowly, "do you ever feel stuck?" Maya smiled. It was not a happy smile. It was a knowing smile. "Leo," she said, "I have felt stuck for 20 years. Some days I still feel stuck. But I have learned something." Leo looked at her. "Feeling stuck is not the problem," she said. "Stopping is the problem." She touched the table gently with her finger. "If you are stuck in mud, you do not stay there. You move one foot, then the other, slowly. The mud holds you, but you still move." She stood up. "You are not old, Leo. You are just tired. But tired is not the same as finished." She walked away. Leo sat alone. The words stayed in the air like music that had not finished playing. Chapter 5. One small step. That night, Leo did not watch television. He sat at his small table. His notebook was open. His pen was in his hand. He did not know what to write. He did not know what to do. He only knew he could not stay still anymore. He remembered the boy at the bus stop. The boy did not read perfectly. He just read. So Leo wrote. He wrote about his day. Simple words. "Today I talked to Maya. She said tired is not finished. I liked that." He wrote about his morning coffee. "The coffee was hot. I held the cup with both hands. It felt good." He wrote about the window in his apartment. "The window is dusty. I have not cleaned it in a long time. Tomorrow I will clean it." Small things, small steps. He wrote for 10 minutes. Then he closed the notebook. He felt lighter. Not much, just a little. But a little is enough to begin. Chapter 6. The Girl Who Was Not Afraid. Saturday morning, Leo went to the park. He did not know why. He just felt like walking. The park was full of sounds. Children laughing, dogs barking, birds singing songs he did not know the names of. He sat on a bench. Nearby, a young girl was practicing English with her mother. The girl was maybe 7 years old. She held a small book. Her mother sat beside her, listening. The girl read aloud. "The cat sits on the mat." She stopped. She looked at her mother. "Mat," she said. "What is mat?" Her mother smiled. "It is like a small carpet for the floor." The girl nodded. She read the sentence again. "The cat sits on the mat." She made a small mistake. She said cat a little wrong. Her mother did not correct her. She just smiled and said, "Very good." Again, the girl read it again, slower, carefully, proudly. Leo watched. He thought about all the times he had been afraid to speak English, afraid of mistakes, afraid of sounding foolish. But this girl was not afraid. She was learning, not perfectly, bravely. Leo sat on that bench for a long time. He watched the girl read 10 sentences. She made 9 mistakes. She smiled through all of them. And Leo understood. Mistakes are not the opposite of learning. Mistakes are learning. Chapter 7. The Notebook Grows. Leo began a new habit. Every evening, after dinner, he opened his notebook. He wrote for 10 minutes, sometimes 15. He wrote about simple things. The food he ate, the weather, a memory from childhood, a sentence he heard on the bus. His English was not perfect. He made mistakes. He wrote yesterday I go instead of yesterday I went. He wrote she is very beauty instead of she is very beautiful. But he did not stop. One night he wrote, "I am learning English again. I am 42 years old. Some people think this is too late, but I think learning is never late. A seed does not ask the soil how old it is. It just grows." He read the sentence 3 times. It was not perfect, but it was true. and truth does not need to be perfect. Chapter 8. The Teacher. 3 weeks passed. Leo's notebook was half full now. His handwriting was messy. His grammar was often wrong, but he was writing every day, no excuses. One evening, at a small coffee shop near his apartment, Leo saw an old man reading a newspaper. The man was maybe 70 years old. His hands were thin. His glasses were thick. He held the newspaper close to his face. Leo sat nearby. He ordered tea. He opened his notebook. He wrote, "Today I felt tired. I wanted to stay in bed. But I got up. I came here. I am writing. This is enough." He looked up. The old man was looking at him. "You write every day?" the old man asked. Leo felt shy. "Yes, a little." The old man nodded slowly. "I used to write. Now my hands are not so steady." He held up his hand. It shook slightly, "but I still read. Every day. 1 page. Sometimes 2. He smiled. His eyes were kind. "Small steps," he said. "That is the secret." Leo nodded. "Small steps." The old man folded his newspaper. "You know, people think discipline is about being strong, but discipline is not strength. Discipline is returning." He stood up slowly. "You fall, you get up, you forget, you remember, you stop, you start again." He put on his coat. "That is discipline, not perfect, just returning." He walked to the door. Then he stopped and looked back. "Keep writing," he said, and he was gone. Leo sat in the warm light of the coffee shop. His pen was still. His heart was not. Chapter 9. The Heavy Day. Not every day was good. One Tuesday, Leo woke up tired. He did not want to write. He did not want to try. He wanted to stay under the blanket and disappear. The old feeling came back. Why try? You are 42. You are nobody. You will always be nobody. He stayed in bed. 10 minutes. 20. 30. His alarm rang again. He turned it off. Then he remembered the boy at the bus stop, the girl in the park, the old man at the coffee shop. None of them waited until they felt ready. None of them waited until they were perfect. They just started. Again, and again, and again. Leo sat up. He did not feel motivated. He did not feel inspired. He felt heavy, but he picked up his notebook anyway. He opened it. He wrote, "Today is hard. I do not want to write, but I am writing anyway." Maybe this is what courage looks like. Not feeling strong. Doing it when you feel weak. He closed the notebook. He got dressed. He went to work. It was not a beautiful day, but he lived it, and sometimes that is enough. Chapter 10. 3 minutes. One evening, Leo was talking to Maya. "I want to learn English better," he said. "But I don't have time." Maya looked at him quietly. "Leo," she said, "do you have 3 minutes?" He thought, "Yes, everyone has 3 minutes." "Then use them," she explained. "Do not try to study for 1 hour. That is too big. You will feel tired before you start. Instead, study for 3 minutes. Read 1 sentence. Write 1 sentence. Listen to 1 short video. 3 minutes is nothing. You cannot say no to 3 minutes. And when 3 minutes is easy, make it 5. When 5 is easy, make it 10. Small steps. Every day. Leo listened. That night, he did not study for 30 minutes. He studied for 3. He read 1 sentence from a children's book. He wrote it in his notebook. He read it aloud. 3 minutes. The next night, he did it again. 3 minutes. A week later, 3 minutes became 5. A month later, 5 minutes became 10. Slowly, quietly, almost without noticing, he was learning. Chapter 11. The Mirror. One night, Leo looked in the mirror. He looked at his face. The gray hair at his temples, the tired lines around his eyes, the softness of his jaw. He had avoided mirrors for years. He did not like what he saw. But tonight, he looked longer. He thought about the boy he used to be. That boy drew bridges and believed in tomorrow. He thought about the man he became. That man forgot how to dream. And he thought about who he was becoming. Someone who writes. someone who tries, someone who returns. He looked at his own eyes, and for the first time in a long time he did not look away. He said quietly to himself, "You are not finished." Chapter 12. The Small Win. 6 months passed. Leo still worked at the same office. He still drank the same coffee. He still rode the same bus. But something was different. He woke up earlier now, not because he had to, because he wanted to. He wrote every morning, 1 page, sometimes 2. His English was better, not perfect, but better. One day at work, a new colleague came from another country. She spoke English, but slowly, carefully. She was nervous. Leo walked to her desk. He said very simply, "Welcome, I am learning English too. If you need help, I am here." She looked at him. She smiled. "Thank you," she said. "That means a lot." Leo walked back to his desk. His heart was full. It was a small thing, a very small thing, but small things are not small. Small things are the beginning of big things. Chapter 13. The Old Drawing. That weekend, Leo opened the old notebook again, the one from his childhood, the one with the bridge drawing on the first page. He looked at the crooked lines. The boy who drew this believed he could build anything. Leo looked at his own hands. Hands, same man. He took a pen. He turned to the next page. He began to draw, not a bridge, something smaller, a tree. He drew slowly, the trunk, the branches, the roots. He did not draw well, but he did not care. He was not drawing to be good. He was drawing to remember. Remember that he is still alive, still growing, still reaching toward the light. Chapter 14. The Invitation. A year passed. Leo's notebook was full. He bought a new one, then another. His English was not perfect. He still made mistakes. He still forgot words. He still felt shy sometimes. But he spoke now. He asked questions. He helped others. One evening, the boy from the bus stop saw Leo at the station. The boy was older now, 11 years old. His English was stronger. He smiled at Leo. "Sir," he said, "you write every morning. I see you. I see your notebook." Leo nodded. "Yes, every morning." The boy hesitated. Then he said, "Do you think I could write too, like you?" Leo felt something warm in his chest. He opened his bag. He took out a small notebook, a new one, still wrapped in plastic. He gave it to the boy. "This is for you," he said. "Write small things. Write every day. Do not worry about mistakes." The boy held the notebook carefully, like it was made of glass. "Thank you, sir," he whispered. The bus arrived. They got on. They sat in silence. But it was a good silence, the silence of two people who understand each other without words. Chapter 15. The Bridge. Another year. Leo was 44 now. His hair was grayer. His hands were the same, but his life was different. He still woke up early. He still wrote. He still made mistakes. But he was no longer invisible. People at work knew him. New colleagues came to him for help. Younger workers asked him questions. He was not famous. He was not rich. He was not special to the world, but he was special to himself. One Sunday morning, Leo walked to the park. He sat on the same bench where he had watched the girl learn English. She was not there today, but her voice was still in his memory. "The cat sits on the mat." Leo smiled. He took out his notebook. He turned to a clean page. He drew a bridge. Not crooked like the boy's drawing, not perfect like an architect's, but stronger, more patient, more real. A bridge that took time to build. A bridge made of small steps, small days, small wins. A bridge between who he was and who he became. He wrote at the bottom of the page, "It is never too late to begin. It is never too late to return. You are not finished until you stop trying, and you will never stop trying." He closed the notebook. The sun was warm on his face. He was not the man he wanted to be, but he was the man he was becoming, and that was enough. Chapter 16. Yeah. And now, my friend, we arrive at the end of this story, but not really the end, because your story is still being written. Maybe you are like Leo. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel invisible. Maybe you look in the mirror and do not recognize yourself. Maybe you are learning English. It feels slow. Mistakes feel heavy. You wonder if you will ever be good enough. Listen to me. You do not need to be good enough. You just need to begin, and then begin again, and again, and again. You do not need to study for hours. 3 minutes is enough. One sentence is enough. One word is enough. Do not wait until you are ready. You will never feel ready. Start before you are ready. Start afraid. Start imperfect. Just start. The boy at the bus stop did not wait until he was fluent. He read with mistakes. He learned with mistakes. He grew with mistakes. So can you. Your notebook does not have to be beautiful. Your English does not have to be perfect. Your life does not have to be impressive. It just has to be yours. Final words. So here is my request. Not for me, for you. If this story helped you today, if you felt a little less alone, if you remembered that you are not finished, then please do something small, like this video. It tells the YouTube algorithm more stories like this. Please subscribe to the channel. It tells us, I want to stay here. I want to keep learning. I want to keep growing. And share this story with one person, one friend, one family member, one stranger who needs to hear it. Because stories are like seeds. They grow when they are shared. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too slow. You are not too broken. You are here. You are reading. You are trying. That is everything. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for being you. Now close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And when you open them, begin again. The end.